Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Playbook and the Playbill, where every performance is a play with your host, Leanna Butte. Today, we're going to talk some Yankees and maybe even some Broadway and maybe the Oscars. So, what made you use hurt again? No shocker. Not a shocker at all. Which at this point, don't even have it in the conversation. Let Peraza and Oswaldo figure it out. Let the young guys play. And I understand he's owed a certain amount of money, and they still believe he has something in the tank. Don't get me wrong, he could play defense fine, but his offense has plummeted the past few years. And I understand he's been injured the past few years. But it's just, at this point, it's just stupid. Just let it wait out until the next few weeks to figure out who's going to be the starting third baseman. And I really don't think it should be CJ because he's already injured. Just let Peraza play. Let Oswaldo play. Let them figure it out. And also, remember what happened last season. Oswaldo started at third, and he had a phenomenal first few weeks as third. And he was great defensively. Oswaldo could play anywhere. He was great defensively as well as hitting brilliantly. That first month, I think the top two hitters was Oswaldo and Juan Soto, if I'm not mistaken, last season. That was crazy. Oswaldo was on pace with Soto that first month. And even Peraza, I want to see him because we didn't get the chance to see him in a full season in pinstripes at all. The only time we got to see him was during that, and that IKF was not able to play shorts, so we had to bring him up. And I wasn't sure if I think he might have started a playoff game. I don't remember for sure if he did. But when he was up and he was consistent, he was hitting. And also, he plays great defense. And also, he gives you a lot of versatility because he plays second, short, and third for you. He could play multiple positions. And same thing with Oswaldo. Oswaldo could play anything you really want him. The only position he hasn't played is catcher. So that I actually would look forward to if he actually started playing, trying to be catching as a actual utility catcher on the roster. But I am excited right now because I want to see these young guys produce. At this point, there's a high chance Ben Rice makes the roster. There's a high chance Dom Smith makes the roster. Not my choice, but if they, at this point, their roster does not have a set of who makes it or not. As of right now, there's maybe 4 or 5 guys that are set, and that's mostly the bullpen and the starting pitching. So, starting pitching is fully set. We'll figure out the Stroman situation as it goes, and the same thing with Hill being injured. We'll figure out how long that's going to be and what it is. So, that's going to play by ear. But their bullpen and starting pitching is mostly set already. It's their position players who's going to be on the bench. And that's going to be the big question because Giancarlo Stan is out for a certain amount of time. And LeMahieu will be out for a certain amount of time. So I'm looking forward to who's going to make the roster out of the bench or even the starting position. And also, at this point, I kind of want Spencer Jones to make the roster just to see him in the big leagues already. Like, make that jump. Like how Dominguez made the jump so quickly from AA to AAA to the majors. But I personally think they're going to wait it out like they did with Volpe. They want him to transition to each level before he's actually called up. And I understand the process. You don't want him to be in a level that he's not going to produce for you. Defensively, he's going to be fine. But you don't want to put him in the position that he has so much pressure on him as a young kid being up and not being prepared, at least mentally, or not being able to produce as the level that the fans want and the team wants and how he wants to produce. So he needs to go through that next hurdle before he's getting called up, which I understand. But I am very happy that I get to see Ben Rice for another season because he just looks like he's always having so much fun. And I'm happy at this point. Like, he might be the backup catcher because he plays catcher. And he, at this point, he's probably making the roster. And then you have Oswaldo and Peraza is probably making the roster at this point because Oswaldo is your literally utility player right now, or might be your starting third baseman. And then on a day that he's off, or you give one of your main guys like Judge a day off or Guzman a day off, or even you give Volpe or Jazz a day off, you could have Oswaldo switch over to whatever position, and then you could bring in someone Oswald to play third. You could have Ben Rice play first, or you could have Oswald play first. Whatever you want to throw him around. And I think that's the better thing right now is that if we keep the team how it is, I'm not counting Lemay Ewan. Defensively, we'll still be fine, and offensively, they'll hit. I'm not worried about Peraza not hitting. He was injured for most of last season, and before he started off the season great, and he ended the season great. He just didn't get enough reps to actually be successful last year, and also his injuries derailed him a lot. And I felt so bad for the guy because he had a horrible spring training. The year Volpe became the starting shortstop, and Volpe won the job. But Peraza, I felt for him because he got a taste of big leagues the year earlier and was not able to stay up. And that had to feel horrible for him to know that he was looked over by having Cole Volpe, their starting shortstop, instead of him. And I feel for the kid because he has not gotten the experience that he should. And if he was on another team, he would have because the Yankees are just stacked in the infield that it's difficult to give the young guys chances. Like now with DJ most likely out for a while, you have the opening at third. You have an opening that you could have Peraza work all spring training to get that job. And if he beats Oswaldo, good for him. Because then you have Oswaldo in position of your utility player as someone who's going to get on base, someone who's going to run the base as well, who's going to defend well, who could hit both right-handed and left-handed, who could hit contact and power, and it just enjoys playing for the Yankees no matter where he plays, no matter what time in the game he plays, no matter if he's the bench player, no matter if he's a pinch runner or a pinch hitter, or doesn't start but comes in later in the game, or starts and then is pulled. He just loves playing for the Yankees, and you can see it on his face, and you can see he does not care where Aaron Boone puts him or when he plays. He just wants to be on the Yankees and enjoy it, and I love that about that kid. And I got lucky; I got to meet him a few weeks ago at Pinstripe Pride, and he was the warmest, kindest guy I've ever met, Yankee I've ever met. And he was so sweet and kind. And he was just amazing. And he had a huge smile on his face. And I enjoy that, like seeing him so many times. Like when you see like the cameras go to him, he has a smile on his face. Like there's not a day you don't see that. So I'm excited to see where he ends up because now he does have another chance. Because the chance he took for left field didn't end up working out, which I understand that was a tough season for the Yankees. Did not work out for them at all. They didn't make the playoffs. So I understand that. But Cabrera finally has like the chance to just not even just show it, but also he's now a veteran on the team. And that's crazy to think that. He's now a veteran to the younger guys. And that's crazy to think. And I'm excited to see the young core of Wells, Dominguez. I'll put Cabrera in there because he's still young. Volpe, Peraza, and Bryce. I'm excited to see them go to another level this year. I am looking forward to Volpe's third year. I think it's going to be better than his first 2 years. His defense is there. He just has issue. His swing. He has issues offensively, but I see so much potential in him because of how he performed in the playoffs and in the World Series. He was great. And you could see there's a shift in whenever he changes his stance or whatever he's doing. And he'll be able to go on runs and just hit contact power, whatever. But then he'll go on cold streaks for weeks. And it has to do with he is also still young. He's still getting used to the taste of the big leagues and the pitching. And he still has to adjust to pitchers, knowing his weaknesses and strengths. But I think this year, having at least 2 years experience and having more of understanding that he knows what to do when he has to adjust, which he learned how to adjust as the season went on. I think he's gonna have a better offensive year. I personally wish he could make the All-Star team this year. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think right now, I think the Mingus has a better chance just because of just how his swing is. And also, I think Wells has a better chance because if Wells has a better offensive season than he did last year, he should make the All-Star team, period. And Wells was amazing this year. He started off uh he started off slow, but also he was key platooning between it was a platoon between him and Trevi. And that didn't help Wells because he would be one game, Trevi would be another game. He wasn't getting constant at bats. Once he did, he just ran with it. He almost he came to, I think he came in second or third for rookie of the year next to his teammate Lewis Hill, who got rookie of the year. I'm excited to see this young core of players, and this is why I'm happy because they're around my age, so I get to grow up with them. Like my mom grew up with Munson and Munson and Gitry. She grew up with them, watching them play. I get to see these guys play, and hopefully for the rest of their career, I get to see them, and they become my version of what a core four or what a dynasty is. And I'm looking forward to seeing that for the next 10, 15 years. Now now I'm going to something a little different. So Oscars on yesterday. I watched the performance from Cynthia and Ariana. It was amazing. They both made me cry. Wiki got 2 Oscars. Did not make me happy. I understand not getting supporting actress. Zoe was phenomenal. Amelia Perez, she's phenomenal. I give her full credit. Her speech was amazing. But Cynthia should have won. Cynthia Demi Moore should have won. I don't understand that. I don't understand that win on that for leading actress. Don't understand the win. I think I've seen Substance and Wicked. Demi Moore or Cynthia should have won. Their performances were brilliant. Demi Moore was brilliant in that film. And Cynthia was brilliant in Wicked. I was shocked because there has been rumors going on this season that since Wicked has not won many awards this award season, that the Oscars was gonna have them. The Oscars were where they were gonna sweep awards, sweep the night away. That did not happen. And what upset me a lot, their director was not even nominated for Best Director. And I didn't look at the Oscar list before that. I was shocked he was not even in the category for Best Director. That film was great. I was happy production won. Production deserved to win. The way they built the Emerald City, the way they built Shiz, everything was amazing. Did they deserve Best Picture? In my opinion, as a Broadway fan, I've seen it 3 times in the movie theaters and seen the Broadway show 3 times. 4 times. They deserve Best Picture. I really believe they deserve Best Picture. The acting, the costumes, the production, um, the script, the it was it was what a movie is, what Hollywood is, or what motion pictures should be. Is that it gives you the story visually and it allows the audience to connect to it. And you connect to that story. And it's just so much different themes in the film that was amazing. Like theme of friendship, the theme of acceptance, a theme of you have to go separate ways sometimes because of what life throws at you. You might have to go separate ways, even though you want to stay together. It just might that you have to go part ways at a certain point, but you are still there for each other and you still love each other. You just cannot be together at that moment. But the film, I was upset that they did not win. I was really upset about that. And after Cynthia and Irena did a brilliant performance, they didn't get any awards or any. It's just bothered me that at this point I was telling my mom I should have just went to see Wicked last night and seen Mary Kate and Alexa have their final performance as Elphaba and Glinda in the Broadway production Wicked because they had their last show last night. I seen them before. They're both were great together. Their chemistry is amazing, and they're both really kind individuals. And Mary Kate could when she sings Defying Gravity, it's literally like you're crying. Her vocal range is unreal. She is my favorite Elphaba next to Idina. Like I love Idina. She's right there. But also I am biased. I've seen Mary Kate live. I've never seen Idina live. So I can't really say that until I see Idina live. But Mary Kate was phenomenal. Luxa's phenomenal. Her thank goodness makes me laugh so much because like she does it so properly. Like it's so great. Like her facial expressions because it's like literally it's a song about I'm accepting what's happening. I'm so happy, but she really isn't. And for her not following her character not following her friend. She lost a friendship and she's supposed to be so happy with the life that she always wanted. But you could see it as she continues the song of how her facial uh, reactions are that she's sad inside as much as she's pretending as a persona of Glinda the Good. And I think that's one of the reasons I really do enjoy Wicked because it's so much of you have two different characters like pretending one pretending to be someone they're not and the other one trying to accept themselves and saying like at a certain point I'm me, you have to accept me, I'm not going to change. And I do love that like the different similarities between the two characters are amazing because like they're both insecure about themselves and scared about the outside world, but one learned how to deal with it because she scorned her entire life, and the other one is afraid to be themselves because of rejection, because of that is her world of perfection, beauty, makeup, fame, fortune, money. She doesn't want to show who she is, and I think like the story of like when they're younger and they're connecting that just shows a lot of character of like how hard it is to be females in this world really because you have to be perfect, you have to be pretty, you have to work so hard to be better than everyone else. And even then, you don't get applaud applause. You don't get a pat on the back. You don't get any kudos for doing good or doing better. You don't. And that's the thing that I think a lot like this film, right? This film and the musical really relate to is that being being woman, being a woman is difficult at times, but we have to work so much harder, and it's so much fulfilling when we do. And I don't want to do it for credit. I just want to do it because I know I can make it. I know I could go past. I know I can make it to the make it on my own. And I think because we have disadvantages because we are always trying to be better because because we're either told that we're not good enough or we have to work harder or we have to keep doing more. That instrides me to want to do more, to go forward, to go past expectations, to go past my short-term goals, to go make long-term goals, to just strive to be the best of being the best of me, not of someone who has their opinions on me, just the best in me because in this business, I have to be me, my authentic self, to be different. I don't want to be the next Susan Woman. I don't want to be the next whoever. I want to be the next me because there's no one like me. And there isn't. And I have so much more to give from myself. And am happy that I learned that not to try be someone else or copy someone else. You could take things from other people and use it in your life, in your career. But I don't want to be a copycat. I don't want to follow someone else's tools or how they do certain things. Yes, I don't mind looking at other people's careers and figuring maybe I could do this to help me out. Or maybe that wasn't a good way. I'll try something else. But I need to follow my own path because if I try to do something other people do, I'm not being myself. I'm not being true to me. And I want to be true to me because when I make it, I want people to think that I'm authentic and I don't want to be faking because I know a lot of people say this in the business. You fake it until you make it. And you do. But I don't want to be I don't want to be the one that 10 years from now I'm faking it. And my persona on air and off air are completely two different people, which that happens a lot. My persona off air am more reserved and timid, but I need to get out of my comfort zone, and this helps me get out of the comfort zone. And I want to strive to making it that my voice. I listen to my voice and really just go over and above my expectations for myself and just enjoy the run because life is short. It is. I lost my grandmother almost a year and a half now, and there's a conversation I have with her that I remember like yesterday. And she was so happy when I graduated for my undergrad. She was there. And it breaks my heart she's not going to be here when I graduate for my master's. But I know that she believed in me. And I know that I'm making her proud doing something I loved. Something I love. And this I shared with my grandmother, the love of sports. And sports and theater. We both had a love of that. So for me, I think as I go forward, having that little voice in my head I still hear her saying, "You're gonna do it. You're gonna make it." having that in my head helps me on days that I don't feel like I could do it. It makes me keep going because I have to keep going because I want to keep going. And also, I enjoy doing this. And I want to live my life enjoying whatever I do in life because life is short and I want to enjoy every moment of it. And I am just looking forward to what the next step in my life is after school. I'm looking forward to my first job after graduation or my first internship while I'm here. I'm just looking forward to the next step to becoming a broadcaster or play by play or reporter. Wherever I end up eventually, I'm just happy I have learned that it's not easy. It's going to take time. It's going to take hard work. It's going to, I'm going to have a lot of rejections over the years, but I'm also going to have paths opens because of rejections. And I'm going to have acceptances and I'm going to be excited and I'm going to meet people and have experiences. And I'm excited to have that happen and that already started happening since I've been here. And I enjoy it. And I cannot wait till I become even uh more experienced in this in the radio and other things as well. Because I want to be well rounded. I want to be able to that when I apply for jobs, I don't have just one skill. I have a million skills that I could do multiple things for people. It's not that I could only do one thing. And I'm just excited where this path is taking me. And I'm excited doing this show. And I'm excited just talking sports and theater. It's my favorite things to talk about. So I'm just having a great time talking about this. And I'm excited for the next show on Broad come out and closer, and we're getting closer to opening day. So thank you all for listening to the Playbook and the Playbill with Liana Butte as your host. Have a wonderful rest of your day.